We bought a house from 1968 in October 2019, which we are currently renovating. In this series, I share the process and final outcome with you guys room by room. First meal in the new house. The entrance hall is done. What you doing? We're lucky to get some help from friends and family every once in a while, but other than that, this is all a project my husband and I have together. I'm so tired. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the next episode in my home makeover series. This has been a long time coming, at least I feel like it's been a long time coming because we've been taking sort of like a break. I think I've mentioned this in some of my previous videos as well. I've also mentioned it on my blog that we just kind of needed to take a break from everything because it just kind of overwhelmed us a bit. So today I'm gonna show you the kitchen, and it's not completely done. Like, there's still small things that we need to sort out here and there, but the majority of the kitchen is done and it's looking amazing. I'm sure some of you have already seen it over on my Instagram, but for those of you who haven't seen the final result yet, this video is definitely for you. So as per usual, before I give you a tour of our lovely kitchen that I'm standing in right now, let's just rewind to 5 months ago now when we first moved into the house and started the renovation. There's Oscar, and then we have the kitchen right here. I love this door, by the way, but we need to switch up the doors in the entire house as well, which I'm super sad about because first of all, I love these brass doorknobs. But they're just all very not very tall, so Morten actually has to like bend whenever he walks under the doors, and that's just not ideal. I don't really know what they've been doing here. It's kind of weird. It looks like they've been like lowering the normal doorway and somehow we were talking about maybe they got the doors cheap and they were just a weird size, and then they just like lowered the entrance of all the doors. But yeah, here's the kitchen. All new kitchen, looks amazing. The floors here are new as well as the ones in the hallway there. So the kitchen is really nice and light, very minimal. We're gonna get rid of that glass tiling there. We want to put up like metro tiles. I think I mentioned that yesterday. I think that's gonna look super cool. Like I said, minimal, it's timeless, and I'm all about that. So nice refrigerator over here, completely new as well. Completely new oven, micro oven, and a completely new dishwasher as well, so I'm not complaining one little bit. But here's one of those other like wallpapers, and it's just not very nicely done either, so we just want to get rid of that. It just doesn't look nice. And then I want to get rid of that lamp as well, so we need to shine it up here and there. I'm going to switch up all of these as well. We don't like this gray kind of color. We want something that's just completely white, so those are kind of like old-fashioned as well. Look what I have in the garden, by the way. Hello, homegrown tomatoes and cucumbers, salad. Can't wait to start doing that this spring. Then we have some space out here. We have like a separate doorway here. By the way, we're actually talking about this is probably gonna be like our everyday entrance. Because then we're gonna like install a sink out here like we had in our old house, and then we're gonna have our washing machine and our dryer out here as well. So when we get home, if we're wearing dirty footwear or if we've been out walking Oscar and he's dirty, it's nice to like enter in here where there's a sink and we can like rinse our shoes and maybe rinse Oscar's paws and things like that. So this is gonna be like our everyday entrance. Today's outfit is a super fetching old New Balance sneakers, old sour jeans, super old sweatshirt, and some thermal underwear so I can stay warm. And then this super cool little tool belt where I have my little kit. I'm just talking to the vlog. Stephen!
Kid.
Där ser jordgubb.
Vad riktigt?
Nej. Can you take me higher?
Jo, det är det.
Ja. Bra. Jag ska hämta den skön. Lunchtime. It's not for you. Look how cute. Little guy. As you can see, the kitchen is still not done at all, but hopefully within 3 weeks we'll be done up here. It's going down.
Det blev skidt.
Yeah. This must look pretty weird from the outside. Morten's just getting Luna so that we can test the door and show her where the new exit is. CAPSULE. Come on, you know what it's about. Yeah. Well, maybe later. Morten just woke her up from sleeping, so I think she just can't be bothered right now. This is how we spend our Friday nights at the moment. We've moved down to the kitchen and I officially stink.
Yep.
I need to wash this outfit that I've been wearing non-stop for the past 2 months. Look how nice it already looks. Looks so much better already. Obviously this is all gonna be, we're gonna smooth all that out once the walls are dry. But it's looking better. So the plaster is now all dry. It's Sunday now, so it's 2 days since we plastered everything. So right now we're just sanding it to make it look, or to make it really smooth. So currently I'm sanding all of the corners of the kitchen. And Morten is sanding the ceiling. And then hopefully in a few days we will have a nice and white kitchen. Looking good.
Thanks.
And a little bit scary. I haven't given you guys an update for a while, but hopefully the kitchen here, which is looking very messy right now, will be done by the end of next week. And then I've promised Morten that I will cook us a nice and meat-free Christmas dinner. Can't wait. And the same with the entrance hall here. We're expecting that to be finished next week. I'm gonna be showing you more in detail what we've done and all that jazz. So
Jazz?
I think we're ready to go now. Breakfast time. We just got the sweetest present from one of our new neighbors. There are 2 older couples who live here, like older couples with children who are our age and are moved away from home a long time ago. And then there's a little bit older than us lady living next door, and she has 3 kids. But yeah, she just gave us some nice, like a little welcome to the neighborhood gift with some Christmas decor and then some chocolates. Just really nice of her. So I think that now we're just gonna eat some lunch and then we'll get started with the kitchen. And then we're gonna have to go do some grocery shopping later. kitchen. Look. I've been cleaning for the majority of the day and it's almost 1 o'clock, so I'm a bit sweaty, a bit worn out. I'm done painting in here. Obviously it's not done at all, but we can actually live in here now. It smells so fresh and so clean. The floor is clean. I'm not wearing any shoes, which is amazing. So one thing that we definitely still need to do is put back up the cupboards over the worktop here. And then Morten's gonna put up spotlights in the ceiling as well, so we'll have some other light than that really harsh work lamp that we have over there. And then we're gonna put up these tiles on both sides of the kitchen. So I think that's gonna look really cool, and that's also why there's still like this raw space right here, because we didn't need to paint all the way down because obviously we're putting up the tiles. And then obviously we need to put back the frames around the doors. The same thing over here is looking a bit messy. The same thing around the window. Need to buy a curtain for the window as well.
Ska det vara låst i det där ljusspöret?
Om vi testar upp någon. Så det är starten. Hej spar. Det går en travl, men det kan gå ud. Så jeg kunne så...
Det kunne være, du bare lige skulle...
You know it's Christmas when you've got multiple pans and pots on the stove cooking at the same time and you need to kind of like multitask. We hosted Christmas 2 times, I think, in our old house, so we've tried it a couple of times before, so I've kind of been practicing a bit.
Hvidkål. Jeg får bare.
Sovs.
Det smager godt. Godt med sovs på.
Ja, jeg har også hørt noget på.
Ellers er det ikke jul.
Nej.
So the girl with the messy hair and no makeup is back with another Sunday house reno update. Currently in the kitchen because we put up or Morten and one of his friends did yesterday, put up the cupboards above the worktops. And they also put grout in the kitchen tiles, so really starting to look like something out here. We're almost done with the kitchen, which is just so amazing. Right now Morten is just fixing up the last bits with the cupboards, but it just looks so nice. For a minute we actually considered not putting them back up and then just putting up 2 lamps here. And then we talked about that bench that we want to build over here, that we wanted to maybe just put some drawers in there so we would have some extra kitchen space underneath that. But I really want a table here like we have right now, and it would just be annoying to have to move that table every time we wanted to take something inside of the drawer. So in a daily life I don't think that will really work. And it's nice to have somewhere to do puzzles or just sit and have something to drink while others are in the kitchen, especially if we have people coming over. Like New Year's Eve, we had some people coming over and they were hanging out here while we were finishing up the food, and that was just really nice. We decided to keep the cupboards and I think it looks amazing. Ej, hvor er det fint med lyset. So as you might be able to tell from those clips, it's not that we have completely changed the kitchen, because the kitchen was almost new when we moved into the house, so we kind of had to work around the kitchen. So mainly what we did out here was removing the old wallpaper and then removing the ceiling that was already here and then replacing it with this nice white plaster ceiling, because we're all about that very timeless, modern, minimalistic vibe. So that's really what we wanted to give the kitchen, as well as the other rooms that we've already renovated. As you can see, the living room is still quite messy, and we've actually hired some people to come help us already in 3 weeks. So very soon this will be turned into a living room and I can't wait. So this is where you enter the kitchen, and usually this door is just open. So we've actually changed up some of the doors in the hallway, because I don't know if you remember in some of the first home reno vlogs that I told you that they were really low, the doors. You can actually see it over here because the bathroom door is still that low sort of door. We decided to keep these two as they are. There's already a door similar to this one into the kitchen, but into the living room there's just a normal door, but we decided to put in a French door there as well, both because we love these types of doors, but also because it sort of like leaves in some more light into the rooms and just connects them a bit more instead of that one just being completely closed. So let's move into the kitchen. And like I just said before, the kitchen was pretty new when we moved in. I think it's only like maybe 3 or 4 years old. We wouldn't necessarily have chosen this very glossy finish ourselves, but it works really well. It's really practical, it's easy to clean and everything, and the overall style of the kitchen elements is definitely our style as well. It's just these glossy finishes is not necessarily what we would have chosen ourselves. And then one thing that we could definitely have done if it wasn't an all-new kitchen was to knock down the wall right here, because then we could have like a bigger kitchen space and then have the dining room, which will be in here, and the living room more sort of like connected like we had in our old house. I don't know if you guys remember. It's a very typical way of doing kitchens and dining rooms in Denmark. I don't know if it's the same deal where you guys live, but in Denmark it's very common and very popular that you sort of connect the dining room and the kitchen in one big room. So that's definitely something we could have done if the kitchen wasn't completely new, but it just feels like a waste to change it up completely, because again, the kitchen looks so nice and new and this works really well, although it's not the world's biggest kitchen, but it works. I also have to admit that it's actually quite nice that the kitchen is sort of in its own room, because we had some people coming over for New Year's Eve, and when they were still finishing up their food and their drinks in the dining room, it was actually quite nice that I could just start taking out the plates and they could still be in there and just have a cozy time, and I could be out here and deal with all of the plates and all the cutlery and all that mess that you often have going on in the background. It was actually quite nice that it wasn't all together in the same room. So obviously one thing that's made a huge difference for the kitchen are the metro tiles that we've put up on both sides of the kitchen. And I just think that even though we haven't changed that much in the kitchen, I mean, obviously the new white ceiling and the spotlights and everything makes it look a lot more modern and fresh. Those tiles has just changed up the kitchen so much, and I love the way it looks. And then over here we have 2 bar chairs. These are not staying here, but it's because we actually tend to eat at this corner at the moment. Our dining room table will be next door, and obviously we could eat over here, but we like to do puzzles. So often this table is occupied by some sort of a puzzle, like it is right now. We just started a new one, which is great, since we have a lockdown in Denmark at the moment because of the virus and everything, so we have to stay indoor as much as possible. So quite happy that we just recently bought this new puzzle. Yeah, back to the bar chairs. Really love those 2, and I love the color. We have one more, and then obviously the plan is to put them into the bar in the living room right in here. So we bought these in a local store. I'll see if I can find something similar and link it down below for you guys if you really like them. But I love the color and I love the way that they look with these tiles, because we're actually going to put up these exact same tiles in the behind the bar in the living room. And obviously, like I just said, these are going to be in the bar, and it just makes me so happy to see how well the tiles work with the chairs, because that's the vibe that we're going for in there as well. It's going to look amazing. I can't wait to start decorating it and to share the whole thing with you guys. Then over here we have Spaghetti Junction down here. Don't mind that. That's gonna be removed. We also need to put some floor moldings down here as well, but we still haven't done that yet. But this is Luna's little food cage. The perfect size for her to still be able to get through the door, but it's small enough so that Oscar can't fit his big face through the door either. Here you go, Oscar. So yeah, some of you might remember this from our old house, and then we have her food down here so she can eat in peace. And we have a garbage can over here for all of like the things that we need to recycle, cardboard, plastic, all those sorts of things. And then we have the shelf over here. Over here we have our San Francisco poster. Love that poster. And then, like I showed you before, we have this little table here and 2 chairs, which will not stay here. It won't keep looking like this. We actually bought a bench to put right up against the wall, and then we're gonna find some sort of another table to put here, just so that there's some space here to have a drink while we're in the kitchen, or one day when we have kids, they have somewhere they can do their homework while we're in the kitchen, something like that. It's really nice to have some space out here where people can actually sit and chill while we're cooking in the kitchen or whatever we might be doing. And then also, actually, this door wasn't here before. Before that was just, there's no door there, there's just a doorway. And what we have out here is like a hallway, and we have our washing machine, and this is where we kind of get ready when we need to leave the house and walk the dog and everything. So it's really nice that we now have a door, not only to close off from some of the noise, because it actually leaves out a lot of noise, but also just so we can close the door out to all the mess, because obviously a washroom will always be sort of messy. So it's really nice that we are now able to close that door. So that is it. That is how our kitchen is currently looking. We just need to change up that corner over there. When the living room is done, we'll start redecorating here and there and move some furniture around. But we have some like temporary solutions spread around the house right now until the living room gets done, and then we can sort of move on with a lot of things. But this is how it looks right now, and I'm super satisfied with it. I love the way it looks. It's really like nice and clean and minimal, and just the way that we wanted it to look. So super satisfied with that. I really hope you guys enjoyed coming along in the journey of renovating our kitchen. Let me know if you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll also leave some more details about the products and the tiles and everything that we've used and where we bought it and all that down below for you. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Have a lovely Sunday, and I will see you very soon again for another video. Bye guys.